Hello and welcome to my video or my channel. This will be the first video of a few videos that will allow me to explain what has transpired for me and the situation that I'm in. I have not made these videos because I'm really crazy about it being a celebrity, getting famous, getting publicity. That's not it. It's very necessary for me though to get publicity because I want to make people aware of what the problem is here. And the problem is actually that the Danish government is, in a broad perspective, very corrupt. We Danes pride ourselves of being every year that they are doing some tests and celebrating that the Danish people are the most happy people in the world, and that the Danes are the least corrupt country in the world. But that's not all true. You could actually take those two and put them together and say that the Danish people is actually the most naive in the world, because we believe in government. We believe that they are true and they are not lying, and that's far from the truth. I have had a very hard time for a few years now. I am a former police officer, former a soldier of the army for 8 years, went to officers training also, and I have been serving my country in former Yugoslavia as a UN soldier. I'm not a typical criminal by the history and the curriculum vitae that I can prove. So I haven't really gotten around the notion that why should I be chosen to be run down by the government. But yeah, we also have in Denmark something called janteloven, and that actually means that without janteloven you can enjoy your neighbor's new car and say that, wow, he's such a nice person, he really deserved that car. With janteloven you will say that even though he's a nice person, he doesn't deserve the car, I deserve it, I'm better than him. And that's actually the mindset of especially the Danish government and the authorities and the public employees in Denmark, many of them. I have encountered some corruption in Banedanmark, which is the state-run company that owns all the tracks in Denmark. So it's pretty far-fetched to believe that you can run a business serving the railroad without encountering Banedanmark. You actually need those because they control and own all educations around the railroad. They actually make the rules on what you're allowed to do and what not. And they own, or as I said earlier, all the educations. They're also a contractor, and the main contractor, the owner of the tasks, so that all the contractors need to apply for work by them and be contracted by them. So you cannot get around that. And what basically happened to me is that a few years ago, in 2008, one person employed by Banedanmark that there's one of the so-called security experts. He saw me at a test and saw a big potential in me, and wanted me to go to a test because he wanted me to become one of the main instructors in the security educations. And I did so. And at that time I went to a test by one person called Niels Christian Lundberg Jensen, which is the person that also wrote all the rules for Banedanmark, most of them, and was really the go-to guy because he was the head of knowledge around safety on the tracks. And he tested me for an hour or so. That is the one and only time in my life that I've met this person. And since then I have applied for documents because something was terribly wrong. And in my application, the result of that, when it came to internally emails where he was the sender or the receiver of emails, writing about me. It turned out that that alone gave me 1,110 A4 pages of emails. So with one meeting and 1,110 pages, he was very interested in me. I will go on in the next video. I will see you there.